Good day everyone, Brayden here coming to you from the Magic Kingdom parking lot. We're about to head into the Magic Kingdom here and take a look at what's going on with the Tron Coaster. It sounds like we have some big construction progress, some big things going on there. And also over in Tomorrowland, we have some other big news as well. Some other things that have happened since last I was here at the Magic Kingdom. There's a new narration on the Peoplemover we're gonna take a look at. And also there's been a small update to the Carousel of Progress. So we'll be sure to check out all of that as well. Without further ado, let's head into the Magic Kingdom and see what's going on. At the Transportation and Ticket Center, heading over to the Magic Kingdom, there's a sign already up for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. The first one is on August 12th. It's the beginning of August here and Disney is already ramping up. All the fall decor is gonna be going in here very, very soon. So crazy how early Halloween starts these days. I was at the grocery store the other day and they already have all the Halloween candy up. What's up with that? As far as the rest of the news here on Main Street, there wasn't a whole lot new to report, not much that I noticed. I noticed it's pretty busy today. It's hot and it's busy. It's the beginning of August here at Walt Disney World. What do you expect? That little side street you have in the middle of Main Street, Center Street I believe it's called, they are doing a pavement refurbishment right now and you can actually see the work they're doing there. It's not tarped over or anything like that. I'm just excited to get over to Tomorrowland, man. I have been looking forward to seeing this new stuff that Disney put in with the Peoplemover and the Carousel of Progress and what's going on with Tron. It's been over a month since I last did a construction update here. Should be very, very interesting to see what's going on. So everybody, first up in the news here in Tomorrowland, today we have the Peoplemover. There's a new narration on the Peoplemover. Since you last saw me just a couple seconds ago, I've ridden the Peoplemover 5 or 6 times, getting all the footage of Tron, getting the narration here. I'm actually gonna show you a few clips of the new narration before we head into the Tron work so you can hear what the new narration sounds like on the Peoplemover.
This is the TTA Blue Line, non-stop service around Florida.
Greetings, intergalactic travelers. Welcome aboard the Peoplemover, presented by Enterprise. I'm Morak 5, your guide aboard this highway in the sky.
For your safety, if you have wings, jetpacks, or gravity polarizers, please do not take flight while on board.
Now approaching Tomorrowland Speedway and Tron Lightcycle Run.
I love a good circuit, and these are two of the best tracks in the cosmos for a bit of light, speedy competition.
So that's a taste of the new narration here at the Peoplemover. I have to say, I think it's pretty good. You know, I think people who don't like the new narration, it's because it's not the old narration, if you know what I mean. Because it's a new narration, it feels sort of off a little bit. It's a brand new thing that Disney's added here. It's so great we're seeing some attention given to Tomorrowland with some of these updates here, although this update to the Peoplemover narration is not necessarily indicative of more love being shown to Tomorrowland in the lead up to Tron here, really. I believe the reason they changed the narration is because they got a new sponsor here on the attraction with Enterprise. There's a lot of cool Easter eggs during the narration that a lot of hardcore Walt Disney World fans are very, very happy about. Very exciting days here at the Peoplemover. Moving on to the Tron Coaster work. First up here you can see the Tomorrowland arcade building where they're doing all sorts of facade work on the outside right now. What they're doing is they're shaving a couple feet off the side of the facade to create a little bit more clearance for that walkway that'll be taking guests back to Tron, which we know is going to be a bottleneck, especially when it's busy here at Walt Disney World during the busy times of the year. Now the interior of the Tomorrowland arcade is also receiving an update, so right now the inside of it is closed and guests exiting Space Mountain are exiting through this little side door instead, right outside, instead of going through the gift shop on the way out. Taking a look at the Tron Coaster site itself, there is a ton going on, and as I was filming on the Peoplemover, something insane happened. I'm not making this up. We get to the Tron Coaster area, you know, I'm filming it all, and the car stops. And it stops pretty far away from the Tron Coaster site. I'm not right over it. Then after a few minutes, the ride starts again. It advances forward maybe 15 feet, and then it stops again. So now I'm a little closer. And then the same thing happens over and over, like 6 or 7 times, where for several minutes at each of these locations around the Tron Coaster site area, right above it on the Peoplemover track, the ride is just stopped and I have a perfect view into the middle here, and you're taking a look at the footage I got right now. Some really, really awesome stuff. I had my longest lens going so you could really see really up close what's going on the Tron Coaster site. Something I had never even seen before, because usually you're going pretty fast on the Peoplemover, is the walkway that is going underneath the flyover walkway, which is gonna bring you back to Fantasyland. If you guys recall, there used to be that walkway that would go from Space Mountain to Fantasyland. It was sort of like a nice shortcut, that walkway that you had back there between Tomorrowland and Fantasyland. You can see that pathway. It's already paved, weaving right underneath there. You can see all those cars concrete forms that are very Tron style. They are all in. It's very, very good to see. They're still working on a few. The ones on the left side are in. The ones on the right side, you can see they're still putting together the concrete forms. They're still doing stuff there. The concrete on the other side, it's in, it's done. In this shot, you can see above the concrete forms, you have the tunnel where we're gonna have the Walt Disney World Railroad heading through. We're gonna talk about the railroad in a second here. You can also see where your vehicle is going to launch from underneath the flyover walkway, and then above the flyover walkway, of course, you can see where you're actually going to enter the attraction where they are doing facade work right now. They're actually still working on the canopy. You can see they're putting up some sort of canvas material. From the Barnstormer side, usually there's a lot to see. Disney has planted that place out to the nines. Probably has something to do with the footage we got where we were showing the railroad area. Clearly Disney went in and put plants blocking all of that from view now. But one thing that you can see from that side right now is you can see the columns for the railing that are finally going in, the parts that actually hold up the railing that you're going to have, whatever that material is going to be. You can see that those are finally being installed. It's not just 2x4s everywhere. Now you're actually starting to see some of the final theming go in for the railing. They're starting to do some of that railing work here, which is so great to see. That pathway up there is paved. It's totally paved. It's ready for guests almost by the looks of it. You can actually see it from the People Mover, everything they got going on there. All the pathways look really, really good. There's still some pathway work that needs to happen between the Tron Coaster site and the Tomorrowland arcade, where they're still doing work right now. But all in all, some extremely impressive progress here at Tron. On the subject of timeline here, you guys know this year I have been very bullish on this opening in 2022. And the last couple months or so, I've started to waver a little bit. I've been like, well, maybe it won't be till 2023 because things were looking a little iffy. There's a new rumor out there that it's gonna open a few weeks out from Christmas or something like that. That's something that I've heard. I don't know if that's true, but judging by the construction progress, that sounds like something that could be likely, it opening in that Thanksgiving, Christmas time frame, somewhere in between those two. That would be pretty awesome. So that's what's going on with Tron. On the topic of the Walt Disney World Railroad, which is somewhere behind these bushes here, we got a new post from the Walt Disney World Cast and Community Facebook page where Disney posted, quote, "Our week started off on the right track. Our first group of Magic Kingdom cast members began training the next step in the ongoing process to restore the Walt Disney World Railroad. Welcome aboard and welcome home, engineers." So some very exciting news there. It looks like training is back going on the Walt Disney World Railroad, all the operation that you have there, both the engineers who are operating the train, as well as of course you have all the support staff at the stations and things of that nature, keeping everything chugging along. Some very, very exciting news there. If we're talking Tron in December, we should be talking November, October, somewhere earlier here for the Walt Disney World Railroad. I'll be honest, I was really hoping we would get the Walt Disney World Railroad back this summer, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. The one aspect of the Tron Coaster construction we still haven't talked about yet, because it's part of this Walt Disney World Railroad discussion, is that if you look inside the tunnel right now, they have the rail in there. It's not all locked down yet, it's sort of just loosely in there, but they're putting it together, the ties, the rail, that's all gonna be going in there very soon at the Tron Coaster site. In the tunnel there, I tried really hard to get some footage of that, but it goes by so fast. The perfect spot where you can film into the tunnel from the People Mover. It is not a very wide space because there's a wall that blocks your view from the People Mover as you're going past, but that's what it looks like in there right now. I really hope you guys enjoyed all this footage. I got here at 9 a.m. It's supposed to rain at noon, and now it's no longer sunny. It looks like it definitely is going to rain here in a little bit, but I got it done. We took a look at what's going on with the People Mover. We took a look at what's going on with the Tron Coaster. Now it's time we head in to the Carousel of Progress and see what's going on with the finale scene, where we have some new character costumes, some new hair. They have new hair, all sorts of crazy stuff. Let's go take a look at it.
Man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows his dream with mind and heart.
So getting to the future scene here on the Carousel of Progress, you enter the room and you can tell right away we got some new character costumes here on the Carousel of Progress in the future scene. Going from left to right, first on the left side, you have the grandfather who has this nice cardigan going on. I believe that's still the same tie that he has on his lap. And then we also have the daughter. The daughter has a totally new outfit going on. She's got this Progress Tech hoodie, which says School of Urban Planning. It looks like she also got a new Christmas present, new winter boots. as well as some new sweatpants by the looks of it. Then you have the grandmother, who I think she used to have a dress or something like that going on, something floral. Now she's got this totally new look going on. Next over you have the son. He's got new slippers going on. He has a shirt on, which has a reference to Mineral King on it, Walt Disney's idea where there was going to be this ski resort, which he was working on in the 1960s. There's a logo for that on his long sleeve shirt, that in conjunction with the other winter apparel. Nice little reference there to the ski resort there. And then next up, we have the dad, who has new hair. As you might notice, all the characters have new hair, I believe, but his has been remarked about a lot on Twitter. He looks quite different than he used to. And you might notice he's got this winter sweater going, but he also has an apron on, which says "My Food Rocks," which of course is a reference to Food Rocks in Epcot. Another nice little Easter egg there. And the change in hair is very noticeable on the mom. She used to have that hair that was very straight and then it curled at the end. Now she's got this new look going on, as well as some new attire as well. So those are the new character costumes here on the Carousel of Progress. The reason we got this change is because I believe it was up for refurbishment, where they were supposed to go in and update the character attire. So they did. We've talked a lot in the past about the aesthetic update to Tomorrowland. We've seen happen slowly over the last, at this point, 5 years, 6 years, something like that. It's been quite a long time now. That's not actually an official project. It's just a rolling refurbishment. So as each thing in the land goes up for refurbishment, Disney is updating the design, updating the character attire, things of this nature. And they're not just doing this in the future scene at the Carousel of Progress, they're doing this across everything, especially here in Tomorrowland, where they want to update the aesthetic, but they're not doing an official project for it. And the reason Disney wouldn't do an official project to do a big update here on the Carousel of Progress is because that costs a lot more money. Because when Disney invests a lot in one of these attractions to update it, they have to redo the building code with Reedy Creek. So Reedy Creek comes in, takes the budget, they want to update this building, they want to do new fire code, all of that. You can imagine how much that would cost. So the second that Disney says we're going to update the Carousel of Progress, we're putting money into doing an official update to the Carousel of Progress, Imagineering is going to instantly lose whatever budget they get to Reedy Creek, which is going to do building updates here at the Carousel of Progress. Hence why we don't see more extreme updates, more radical updates to the Carousel of Progress, and we've been sticking with this 90s future scene for quite a long time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe with those notifications on, but more importantly, head to the link in the description below. I have started a new channel where we are going to do historical documentaries, which will be about Disney topics, as well as other things as well. We're going to talk about some defunct retail chains. We're going to talk about some mid-century aesthetics, which I love. They're very near and dear to my heart and have been for a long time. There's a lot of stuff that I like to talk about outside of what we talk about here, but tangentially related, and of course also just Disney history stuff in general. Hopefully some new stuff you haven't heard before, and one of these videos is already up. The first one is already up and is called The Other Creator of Disneyland. This documentary, it went up last week, and we've been getting some great feedback on it, so make sure to go check that out. Link in the description below. I spent the entire month of July to make that video. That's what I focused on, and that's why I'm a little late to covering this People Mover news and Carousel of Progress news. So if you want to see what that sacrifice was for, what that time sacrifice was for, go in the description below and check out the new Address Unknown historical documentary channel. I think you guys are really gonna like it, and subscribe over there. Thank you guys so much for all the feedback, all the support on the new stuff that we're doing over on Address Unknown, as well as everything we got going on over here. Some more videos on the way quite soon, live from outside of Cinderella Castle here in the Magic Kingdom. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. This is Brayden. Have a magical day.